Good morning. My name is Mike Brakey. I'm an engineering physicist with 40 years in the energy industry, and I've used National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration climate data for essentially 40 decades. But I've noticed some things occurring in recent years that have me concerned, and I wanted to bring it up to the attention to anyone who's watching this PowerPoint I've put together. Um, Essentially, to my surprise, in recent years, I've discovered that uh, potential millions of dollars of national climate data has been corrupted by some individuals within our government. Climate data now, in my opinion, has been corrupted and it's unusable in its present format. In general, if I was to describe my concerns, I thought I'd use an example of what I call the black swan climate theory. Theory based on dogma can be very dangerous. What if it was stated that all swans were white from everything we know of the bird? But suddenly, a black swan appeared. Now, under true science, we would not ignore the event, we would recognize it and eventually revisit the theory's premises and facts. Unfortunately, if a theory is treated almost as religion or dogma, um, I have concerns of different actions being taken, as will be discussed in this 5-part series. Because here, from data I've seen over the last few years, I believe I'm seeing a black swan event, but NOAA, some individuals in it, are covering up the data and actually revising data, and this is a sad state of affairs since it's essentially destroying the credibility of a great government institute. And because of this, unfortunately, I have had over the last few years try to find ways to secure my own raw, unfiltered data in the research I'm doing because I no longer trust the information from NOAA based on the findings that's going to be disclosed in this presentation, things that I have confirmed just in the last 18 months. I'm going to start with some closing observations. I'm going to zip over it fairly quick because we'll get into this at the end also. But essentially, with respect to the state of Maine, for data that goes back to 1895, I have discovered in the last 18 months that NOAA has added about 55,000 heating degree days to the data. It's been fabricated and it's to essentially reduce temperatures 151 degrees in the past to strategically rewrite history. Fortunately, at least for the data over the last 2 years, I have the before and after and what percentage of change they have done in each of the years going back 120 years. What they're doing locally, my fear is they've also done nationally based on just some quick surveys of some U.S. data that I peeked at. But getting back to the focus here is on Maine, and this again is going to be a quick summary. Is I have raw, unfiltered data in green. We see the NOAA data from 2013 in black here. These are 11-year averages, the solid lines. Now, the big concern is, again in this summary, is if we look here from 1998 on, I have been seeing with raw data a downward trend on heating degree days. which have led to these temperatures you see, these Fahrenheit temperatures. Um, Towards the end, this looks like what I call a black swan event. How is NOAA reacting to this? Well, I don't have data prior to 2013. In the 2013 data, I've seen an upward trend here, which kind of contradicts, for reasons you'll see later, the raw information I have. But now, based on the last 2 years, 2014 and 2015, where we're seeing even more severe temperature drops, it looks like when I look at the 2015 data, not only have they tweaked the 2013 data I have here from NOAA upwards, they have rewritten the entire history by adding those 151 degrees they're going to subtract out strategically, so that now we get this new line that totally contradicts even their information from 2013. With this new data, now you can reconfirm global warming and essentially put a spear through the black swan event. And again, we'll get into more detail later in the different parts of this. So, my concern is a multi-million dollar government website has been reduced to the classic garbage in, garbage out. In my opinion, the filtered main temperature data from NOAA bureaucrats has been corrupted. I have to work harder now in research of untainted weather data to achieve the kind of results you'll see in the presentation, where I use a lot of statistical analysis to determine unique energy footprints of homes and small businesses. And based on accurate data, energy consumed in the buildings plus the true heating degree days, we have correlations that's up to 93% accurate. But I need clean, unfiltered information. American exceptionalism comes from true science that recognizes things as they occur, observing nature as it is, not blinded by dogma, consensus, or elites dictating how nature should or should not be. True science captures nature's truth in a mirror that does not distort reality. I want to thank you for taking time to review my observations, my claims, and my concerns in the following parts coming up. Just a quick bio on myself. I'm Mike Brakey. I've got my engineering physics degree in nuclear minor from University of Maine Orono. As I said, I've had 40 years in the industry. A lot of my work in the past was international in the way of heat exchangers that go on ships and vessels. Um, and I was thankful that my employer always made funds available for me to do basic research, because as I'm trying to maximize heat rejection, reduce drag, um, you never know when you need to maximize both to get the top performance. Also, with respect to my background in the way of basic research, when I was a facilities director, I built testing laboratories to research heat exchangers, the fundamentals, and created my own statistical software to analyze the results. And that has led to 7 worldwide heat exchanger patents over the last 20 or 30 years. I've been a facilities director, finding ways to reduce energy consumption to make our companies more competitive globally. Uh, because of all the things I've done over time, in 2014 I received the Francis Crowe Lifetime Distinguished Engineering Award. And presently, last few years, I have been gathering research all the way back to 1903 concerning the nuclear industry rediscovery of thorium technology. I'm working on a novel that's present working title Kid Atlas. It was thanks to this ongoing research that I happened to uncover evidence related to Maine where our federal government agencies, it appears, has been corrupting historical weather data going back to about 1895, as I will detail in the following presentation slides. And so that ends part one, and we'll start part two fairly quickly. Thank you.